Let's look now at bañarse, to bathe, to go take a bath. Báñate, báñese, bañémonos, bañaos, báñense. And the negatives? No te bañes, no se bañe, no nos bañemos, no os bañéis, and no se bañen. Try this one for practice. Remove or take off. Conjugate this one on your own piece of paper first, and then correct it against what's in the video. Quítate, quítese, quitémonos, quitaos, quítense. Remove, take off. And the negatives? No te quites, no se quite, no nos quitemos, no os quitéis, and no se quiten. Hopefully that's what you had. Let's say you wanted to say, take off your socks. Quítate, take off yourself, the socks. Quítate los calcetines, or no te quites los calcetines. If you want to say, take them off, or don't take them off, that would be quítatelos, or no te los quites. Don't remove them. Don't take those off. Poner, we've conjugated this one before, but let's run through it again. First, we'll look at it not as a reflexive verb. Pon is put, or ponga. Pongamos, let's put. Poned, and pongan. No pongas, no ponga. No pongamos, no pongáis, and no pongan. You'd use this if you wanted to say, for example, put the book on the table. Pon el libro en la mesa. Put the book on the table. Pon el libro en la mesa. Not reflexive, it's not referring to you at all. It's referring to another object, the book and the table. However, if you wanted to say ponerse, put the shirt on, then it has to go reflexive. And it goes from pon to ponte. Ponte la camisa. Put on yourself the shirt. Ponga becomes póngase. Pongámonos. Poneos. And pónganse. And notice now we start to have a written accent in. Because we want to keep the accent the same, but we're adding syllables to the end, we need to write it in. No te pongas. No se ponga. No nos pongamos. Let's not put the shirt on. No nos pongamos la camisa. No os pongáis. And no se pongan. Now we took poner and we put it into the reflexive if we're referring to our clothing or our makeup or our hair, something along those lines that we're doing to ourself. An example in a sentence, of course, ponte la camisa. Put on yourself the shirt. Or no te pongas la camisa. And if you just want to say put it on, referring to the shirt, póntela, or no te la pongas, don't put that on. Ir, this is an interesting one. Ir, when it's not reflexive, it means to go. Ve al baño, go to the bathroom. Ve a clase, go to class. Ve, it's a command, go. Vaya. Vamos, remember that should be vayamos, but this is a little irregular. Vamos, let's go. Id. And vayan, go. Don't go. No vayas a clase. Don't go to class. No vayas al baño. Don't go to the bathroom. No vaya. No vayamos. No vayáis. And no vayan. However, when ir, to go, becomes reflexive, it means to leave. It's just the opposite, actually. Leave the classroom. Leave wherever you are. It's a synonym with salir, to leave. Ir, to go. Irse, to leave. So let's look at how to tell someone how to leave. Vete, leave. Vete de la clase. Leave from the classroom. Get out of class. Vete. Váyase, leave. Vámonos. Hey, let's leave. Let's get out of here. Vámonos. Idos. This time you keep the D. Normally you drop the D. In this case with ir, you're going to keep it. Idos. Váyanse. Notice again that because we're adding syllables at the end, we need to write in the accent so that it stays the same. Vayan still stays váyanse. And let's look at the negatives. Don't leave. No te vayas. That's how every one of my relationships has always ended. That's no te vayas, don't leave. No se vaya. No nos vayamos. No os vayáis. And no se vayan. I don't want anyone here to leave. No se vayan. If you're a teacher, if you're telling a lot of people something, don't leave. No se vayan. Don't take off. Don't go. Sentarse is one of those verbs that's always reflexive no matter what. There is no sentar version. It's just sentarse. And in this case, it's also an E to IE stem changer. So let's look at how we would do this. Sit down. Siéntate. Have a seat. Siéntate. Siéntese. Sentémonos. Sentaos. And siéntense. The negatives you should have in your head already. No te sientes. No se siente. No nos sentemos. No os sentéis. No se sienten. I want to point out again that in the E to IE stem changers, you do not change them in the stem, in the nosotros y vosotros forms. The last verb we'll look at is acostarse. It means to go to bed. Go to bed yourself. So if you're a parent telling someone to go to bed, you're going to hear this a lot as a kid growing up. Acuéstate. Go to bed. That's the first one that I'm going to give you for acostarse. I want you to hit pause on the video, conjugate the rest of this, and then correct what you wrote against what comes up on the screen. Acuéstese. Acostémonos. Acostaos. Acuéstense. If that's one parent, for example, telling two children to go to bed, they would say acuéstense. No te acuestes, said no parent ever. No se acueste. No nos acostemos. No os acostéis. And no se acuesten. OWEs will also not change in the stem in the nosotros y vosotros forms. We have finished pretty much everything you need to know about giving commands in the imperative mode. So let's take a second and see where we came from. We first learned how to conjugate AR, ER, and IRs in the commands. Those are just the regular forms. Then we did the stem changers, ending changers, more ending changers and stem changers, even more of those. Then we did the crazy ones, tenga, venga, diga, aga, seya, sepa. We finished in this lesson with reflexive verbs. That's pretty much everything you need to know on how to tell someone what to do. Not a bad thing to know. Imperatives, in the reflexives, congratulations. You should be able to tell anybody that you want what they should do with their lives.